A very good day and a warm welcome once again to yet another session on events. Our today's topic we shall be discussing about marketing the events. A bit about myself, Sheetal Gupta, an assistant professor at the AISSMS College of Hotel Management and Catering Technology in Pune. My email address is mentioned here. For any further doubts or clarifications, kindly do get in touch, and I shall be happy and glad to revert back to each and every one of you. So let us begin on discussions on today's topic on marketing our events. When we speak about marketing, we must remember the four tools used for marketing. The first is advertising, then we have publicity, we have sponsorship, and of course, we take the assistance of the media. What is marketing? Marketing is a business philosophy, the way a company thinks, structures the business and its mind, not merely a function. It is a way of doing business that is focused on the customer. This leads to customer satisfaction and delight, creating value and long term support of the customers. In advertising, we have internal advertisements through the internet, billboards, magazines, the newspapers, social media like Facebook, Twitter, the radio, and the television can all be used to market our events. In marketing, we must have a series of processes. The first and foremost step is to identify our consumer needs. The second step is developing a good product that meets the customer's requirements. Number three would be developing the pricing strategy. Number four, developing the distribution channels. Next, effectively promotion of the product, resulting in attractive products and services, and hence, in the end, a satisfied customer. Hence, marketing must be innovative, advertising, solution based, concept based, pay special attention to branding, opportunity, and research so that finally our customer is extremely delighted with our product. Let us look at marketing meaning and definition. Marketing is the set of human activities which are directed at facilitating and consummating exchanges. This is the definition as per Philip Kotler, a marketing management guru. Marketing is the management process responsible for identifying, anticipating, and satisfying consumer requirements profitably. The Chartered Institute of Marketing says that the role of marketing is to make selling superfluous. Prime aim is to know and understand customers' requirements so well that the product or the service fits it and sells itself. The importance of marketing management in hospitality. The entry of corporate giants into hospitality market and the marketing skills that these companies have brought to the industry has increased the importance of marketing within the industry. Analysis predict that the hotel industry will consolidate with 5 or 6 major chains dominating the market. This creates a very competitive market. The firms that survive are the ones that understand their customer requirements. In response to growing competitive pressures, Hotel chains are relying on the exercise and expertise of the marketing director. Marketing management must thus be so strategically planned, building a strong sales force and the importance of marketing is shown here in a diagram, which leads basically to customer satisfaction, having a competitive advantage over the competition, placing a brand name and a corporate image in the market, future expansion of our business, economies of scale, efficiency, organizational objectives, optimum usage of all the resources, creating a brand loyalty in the market and a brand equity, and hence leading to customer satisfaction and delight. Market segmentation, meaning a process of dividing the market into distinct groups of buyers who might require separate products and have separate requirements, making segments or divisions of customers based on their common goals or requirements. The market segmentation could be geographic, demographic, behavioral, or psychographic, meaning it could be across countries and borders, demographic to do with age and gender, behavioral depending on the concept of purchases and the consumer behavior, and psychographic meaning psychometric tests are carried out on the consumer to understand his requirements to give a product that meets all his needs. Allow me now to show you an interesting video on marketing our event. Kindly pay attention to this interesting video link that gives you an insight on marketing the event. Please pay attention to this video.
Okay, this run of show is a special one, and I'm filming this to be pulled out of the cupboard. That moment that you're really thinking about driving RSVPs, and you're thinking, man, I got like 8 to 10 weeks ahead of me of trying to go through a promotional cycle. What I'm hoping this can do is just jog your memory on all the different channels you have available to you. But what I will say is that if you're watching this video, my guess is you have very little time to listen to me. So as opposed to going into a long drawn out kind of tirade of ideas, let's instead put 2 minutes on the clock. Good. And let me just rattle ideas at you, and hopefully some of these work. Okay, 2 minutes is on the clock. You ready? Okay, let's go. First, and probably the best idea is a host committee. Have you found people who know a lot of people, and have you incentivized them to drive RSVPs with like a VIP dinner or some sort of special access or some sort of discount or comp code? Communities. Have you found a great community that you can actually go and speak to and promote the event live or offer a discount code? Those could be school groups or meetups, any kind of group that actually congregates. Have you spent time on digital? Have you pushed on SEO? Have you pushed out any SEM? Have you thought about that? Could you enlist an agency to help you drive? Have you really thought through like a promotional strategy in email, like one that has like urgency through price breaks and announcements of speakers? Have you really thought that all the way through? And have you created almost an A/B test of that, one that you can actually track people all the way through the funnel? Have you worked partners? Have you thought about like really holding your partners accountable, making sure that they're driving RSVPs, making sure they're tweeting, spreading the word? Have you reached out to press and PR? Have you thought of a story that that could actually release before the event? And have you reached out to people at PR agencies who are clearly connectors and seeing if they would come and commit to come, maybe even be on the host committee? Have you enlisted your sales, your outbound team, your BDR team, maybe your talent team to actually put this in their cadence? And have you incentivized them with leaderboards, maybe with even compensation or with prizes for who drives the most opportunity into the room? Have you reached out to your executive team? Have you really sat down with your executives and said, hey, I'm going to watch as you invite or create a list of people to invite? That's really powerful. Have you thought about your own properties, like your website, your chatbots, maybe even inside of your product, maybe some sort of onboarding videos, any kind of newsletters? Have you thought about that? That's a really effective tool to get in people's faces. And you know what? Have you said your value prop, your clear value prop over and over again, but in different ways? I mean, that is the number one way to do this. How much time do I have left, Mike? 10 seconds. Well, we can stop it now. I mean, look, at the end of the day, probably the most important thing you can do is also know that many of your RSVPs are going to come in the last 2 weeks. So maybe an important move is also to relax just like a little bit. You're going to sell this thing out. You know, I mentioned one thing at the end there that I do want to double click on, which is a clear value prop. I've been thinking about the power of a clear value proposition. And so in the next upcoming video, what I'm going to do is walk through how some of the top event marketers think about building out their value proposition. So definitely check that out if that concept is unclear or if you just need a refresher on it. Oh man, thanks for taking all this time during your promotional cycle. I know it's going to all work. So best of luck at the event. I look forward to my invitation. Bye.
Craving more event content? If so, subscribe below and you can check out more episodes of Run Up Show Weekly.
Well, I do hope that interesting bit of video gave you more insight on marketing your events. I end my session here with issuing a vote of thanks to all of you have been able to clarify on how you could market your event profitably. At the end of this video, in the description box would be a quiz link. All AISMS students are required and requested to attempt the quiz. The reference books I have used are Event Management for Tourism, Cultural Business and Sporting Events by Lynn van der Wijk and by R.K. Singh and Sita Ram Singh. I thank you once again for your time and attention. Stay safe and have a great day.